What is up, cinephiles? Welcome back to Screen Kings. I'm here for yet again another Netflix movie review. I've been meaning to feature a good horror thriller film for this Halloween season, but alas, Netflix releases this past few days or past few weeks are just a bunch of duds. And you don't really expect when it comes to Netflix originals because they're serviceable at best, but most of the time they're forgettable. So I've been seeing a lot of bland horror thrillers that they're just not inspiring me to do a review. But I have one for here. It's called Hypnotic, directed by Matt Angel and Suzanne Coote. Now, I'm not saying that this movie is better than the rest of the duds that I'm talking about earlier, but this one is intriguing enough despite the silliness that will happen in this movie. So, let's talk about it. We have here a woman played by Siegel. Her name is Jen. She's having a rough patch in her life. She seeks self-improvement, so she reluctantly enlists the help of this charismatic hypnotherapist named Dr. Colin Mead, played by Jason O'Mara. But after a handful of intense hypnosis sessions, she discovers that there's something unexpected and something deadly from these consequences. Now, I'm not gonna say that this movie is bad. Technically, it's good. It's competent enough. The direction is competent. I think the pacing is perfect. It's just 90 minutes, so it does not overstay its welcome. And it knows what it is. It's just a laid-back B-movie thriller. It's not too convoluted for you to follow, so it is watchable. There are some usual horror cliches from the genre, but the acting elevates it. So the cast here, Jason O'Mara, I think he balances the suaveness and the mystery and the sinister element of his character. I also like the character played by Dulé from Psych. So in here, he's playing a trustworthy detective. I'm not gonna say anything more to that. But the star of the show is definitely Siegel. So if you've been watching a lot of Netflix series, most specifically the works of Mike Flanagan here, because if you're not aware, she is the wife of Mike Flanagan. So most of his filmography, she will be featured. Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Gerald's Game, and the recent Midnight Mass, which I really loved. She really brings it. She has substance in every character that she plays. She does not overdo it. Like, for example, this character, she's depressed, but she is not sporting this whole disheveled look the whole time. You can feel the pain even if the script doesn't really lay out everything that happened in her backstory. So I think that's an innate quality to Siegel. She solidifies her status here as Netflix go-to horror / thriller queen. The thing is, I'm just so used to her seeing in this well-fleshed and meaty characters written by Mike Flanagan, because that's where he excels best. Characterizations that if you're going to compare this particular character to her previous characters that she played, this one feels a bit hollow, and you can sense that she's putting more effort to make the character more layered than it actually is. Either way, she remains to be the greatest asset of this movie. It's just that the script does not really rise to her level to match her talents. And that brings me to the biggest negative of this movie. It's just predictable. Even if you're not watching a lot of movies from the psychological thriller genre, I think even a kid couldn't predict what happens next. I appreciate that the movie did not drag into revealing who the villain of this movie is. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you have a good idea, and you're probably right of who's the villain. And maybe there's just some subversions here. Maybe the person's motives here will be slightly different or something shocking. Surely there's more to it, right? I was expecting throughout the second half and the third act, but I was just left yearning for more. There was just not enough gas to power this engine throughout the entire film, and it just loses its thrill. That's what happens when the movie becomes predictable, and that's the last thing you want when it comes to thrillers. That's the opposite of your goal. To be fair, I really like the character here. Usually when they have psychological thrillers, the main character seems to be dumb, doing a lot of stupid decisions. In here, she's actually smart. Even if she's not on her best mental state, she knows how to fight back. And there are some scenes here where both the victim and the villain are trying to outwit each other. But then by the third act, the movie starts to fall apart. Most of the characters starts to make stupid decisions, and when you have supposedly intelligent characters suddenly doing dumb decisions, it really turns you off. Now, part of it may be because I went in not entirely sold with the whole idea. I mean, it's the job of the film to sell the whole hypnosis thing. Personally, I haven't experienced any acts of hypnosis or witnessed anything, so this will become a hard sell for me. I know that hypnotherapy is real. There are probably a lot of studies and benefits of hypnotherapy, but the movie kind of lays it all out in a simple way that it doesn't really delve into how the therapy works. I was just looking for something more academic or more scientific in their approach. I mean, they don't need to lay out a whole thesis for me, just something more convincing for me to be able to embrace this entire idea, because the way it unfolds, it seems like this hypnosis or this power of hypnotic suggestions, they seem to be like a superpower possessed by this one character. So everything that unravels is kind of ridiculous and a bit hard to swallow. And that is a bit of a shame because there are some scenes here that are just born out of terror. Scenes here that will just question you. What if you are not in full control of your body? What if someone can just simply say those words and make you believe that you're doing these things, or make you believe that some things are happening with you when in reality nothing is happening? So I think there's a cruel aspect to this hypnosis that plays on the phobias of the characters, that there are moments seem to be inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street, but the movie unfortunately stayed on its comfort zone. There are some Hitchcockian elements here that the movie could have capitalized to push that level of thrill, or it can even go on an extreme level, something off the wall or something crazy like what James Wan did with Malignant. I can see the movie going in that direction because there are some tendencies in this movie or some scenes in this movie where it points to that direction. I wish they kind of pushed it, or maybe go the opposite direction, which is to ground these fears on a more human level, like make it a character study, deep into the psyche of our main character here. So I think the movie did not take advantage of its fullest potential, and it's kind of frustrating because I want the movie to become more ambitious, to be more imaginative. Even if you have some good creative choices here when it comes to direction and a superb cast, it still falls flat. The whole end product comes out something that's going to be featured from some cop network drama. So do I really recommend this movie? If you like the psychological thriller, give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it more than I do, but don't raise your expectations from this one because it just delivers what is expected from it. So I'm gonna give this one a 2.5 out of 5. I'm not entirely sorry that I've seen this one, and I think it's still better than most of the horror thrillers that I've seen this past month. But if you're looking to be challenged, then I don't think this is the film. It has its moments, but I don't think it's remarkable enough. So that's it for my review of Hypnotic. How about you guys? Have you seen this movie? Let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, give this a like and subscribe to me for weekly reviews of movies and TV shows. Thank you so much guys for watching. Until then, I'll see you all on the next one.